everyone, it's Joe here from Universal Yachting in Hamble, and we are down in sunny Swanwick today. An absolutely beautiful day on the south coast. Have a look at our Dufour 41, and this is a boat that we currently have in stock at the moment. So she's a brand new 2024 hull. She's never touched the water, and she's down here in Swanwick being in the process of being commissioned at the moment. So she's not 100% perfect down below, but we'll have a look around anyway. And it's quite nice to be able to see a boat out of the water, have a look at the underwater profile, and then over the next couple of weeks we're going to do a full video explaining the Dufour hull shapes, so keep your eye out for that. So let's get started underneath here. Obviously, as with all the Dufour range, she's single rudder. Just makes life much easier when manoeuvring in and out of the marina. And then obviously it's really pronounced hull chine running down the length of the boat, and Dufour have had hull chines in their design now for around 10 to 15 years, depending on the model, but we have now gotten to this complete, I'll try and walk around and show you the whole boat, this full length, really pronounced hull chine going all the way forward. And hull chines have multiple benefits when it comes to sailing performance. In terms of sailing comfort, they keep the boat sailing very upright, so you move away from relying purely on the keel to keep the boat sailing upright. You sit on the chine as the boat leans over, and because you're sailing more upright, you're maximising your performance. It's a much more comfortable sailing experience. You can move around the boat easier, and it does give you a massive amount of interior volume as well, as you'll see in the forward cabin of this boat. The forward cabin on the 41 is something you would probably find on a 45 to 47 foot boat of a previous generation. So they really have maximised the interior volume used in the chine, and obviously a lot of great sailing benefits as well. This boat does have the two blade fixed propeller. Obviously we can swap that out for anyone who's going to be looking at purchasing this boat. And then keel design, torpedo bulb on the bottom there. Really, I'll come round to the front so you can just see how hydrodynamic the keel is. A really beautiful underwater profile on this boat. You really feel it when you're out on the water, and something that we can only really demonstrate. So if you are interested in Dufour range, then come down and have a chat with us. I'll talk you through it in a bit more detail, and then we can, if you'd like to have a look at what she can do on the water, we'll arrange that as well. So another option gone for here is obviously the bow thruster, and pretty much essential on a boat of this size, especially as marinas get more and more narrow. You want, when you get tucked away in the corner somewhere in Yarmouth, for example, you're going to want the bow thruster to help you get in and out. You can manage with this, obviously being a single rudder. She does handle really nicely and pick up steerage really well in reverse, and she's very nice and easy and tame to handle in the marina, but it's always nice to have the bow thruster to get yourself out of trouble should you need it. And on this boat it is the proportional control bow thruster, so you have hull function as well, which helps you once you're alongside, but we'll talk about that when we get up on deck. So I'll wander around the aft here, jump up the ladder, and we'll go up on deck and see what options we've gone for on here, and have a look around the inside. Okay, so here we are up on the stern of the Dufour 41, and we'll start on the aft with the bathing platform. It's a really nice size, perfect for swimming. Got a nice size swim ladder down there. Probably the most infamous feature of the Dufour range, the barbecue. Definitely divides the boating community. Does a boat need a barbecue? The answer is absolutely yes. Why wouldn't you want to be sat at anchor or in the marina barbecuing outside, socialising with your guests on a hot sunny day? Obviously you've got your little sink with hot and cold running water there as well, so you can do all your hand washing, food prep, everything can be done up on deck here. So it's a really nice feature, something that our customers use all the time, and very popular, and something that's quite unique to Dufour as well. So while we're on the aft here, we'll have a quick look under the barbecue. There's a little bit of storage for the life raft, so it neatly tucks away, you don't find yourself tripping over it. And then you have your shower and your diesel filler right on the aft, so nice and easy to access. And then obviously throttle down low on this boat, there is an option to electrify it and bring it up onto the pedestal if you want to. Obviously you will notice there is a missing piece to this puzzle, As I mentioned down below, this boat is still being commissioned, so there's a few bits that still need to be added on, but she is a really well spec boat, and she should be ready hopefully over the next couple of weeks. The water filler over on this side as well, so really nice and easy to access. And then under the floor we've got this really handy storage area, perfect for chucking away dinghies, fenders, paddle boards, whatever it is that you need to stow away. Got a massive amount of space in there, and that would obviously be where you would house a generator as well. And then we'll come up onto the pedestal here. Feels quite strange not having the steering wheel in place, but we'll see B&G navigation equipment, as you'd have seen on most of our videos of the 41 and the 44. And this is the B&G 9-inch display, VAT-free S, and then mirrored over on the starboard side as well. So you've got the VAT-free S display, auto helm control, and then your bow thruster control. Obviously proportional control bow thruster, so input a little bit of power or full power depending on how windy it is. Have your hold function, so you can bring the boat alongside and pin it, and that just makes putting lines on and off the boat really nice and simple. Obviously then you have your engine control and your rev counter down low as well. And then if you do want to move the throttle up onto the helm, it is an option as well to bring it up onto here. Something that's quite popular at the moment, and really worthwhile option. Something that makes life very easy when you're parking and moving around the marina. So as we saw when we were down on the ground, she is a single rudder boat, so makes her super easy to manage in the marina. She really handles beautifully, picks up steerage very quickly in reverse, and obviously when you're coming forwards, put the helm over, you can give yourself a kick to port or starboard depending on what you want to do, and obviously the bow thruster just to top it all off to make life really nice and easy. A great driving position, so you can see right across to the aft corner. And one of the nice things about the 41 and all of the Dufour range is that you can close all these sections across the aft here, and you get this really comfortable seating area. And there is an option to put some cushions across the aft as well, so you can have backrests, lean-tos on the side, and then full cushions all the way across the stern, so it's a really comfortable helming position. Nice grab holds as well, so you've got good grab rails on both sides, and then a grab rail in the middle, so nice amount of hand holds, so you don't end up makes life nice and easy moving around the cockpit. And then obviously in the table itself you do get this bit of storage which can be turned into a fridge. Now you also have the drinks holder, which again, a little bit of storage in there, and it is a really good sized table, so you can easily have, I would suggest, comfortably 3 or 4 people either side, a couple more people sat across the aft, so it's a really sociable cockpit, huge cockpit for a boat of this size as well. And that's been allowed to happen because we've moved to so it's not rigged at the moment, but you've got a bridle system which runs across the coach roof, which means you can move you can elongate the cockpit, which gives you more space for socialising and all the rest of it. And also you have your 2 aft winches here, so if you have the self-tacking jib, then your main sheet just runs onto these aft winches, self-tacking jib forward to the coach roof winches, which is what this boat is set up for. She'll bag a little bit more detail in a second. And also you've got the clutches there, so if you do have the 108 Genoa, you can use the winches for both the main sheet and the Genoa sheets as well. So having the winches just in front of the helm there makes life really nice and simple, and especially if you're sort of short-handed or solo, it's absolutely perfect for that. So good amount of light flooding into the interior of the boat, so a very big design feature of the new Dufours is to maximise the amount of interior light, which sort of coupled with the hull windows that we'd have seen down below, and then all the way across the top of the deck here you have not only windows but also opening hatches, so lots of ventilation goes through the boat, which is absolutely essential during the summer. Just makes the downstairs really nice and airy, which we'll have a look at when we go down below. So walking up the side deck here, completely clear side decks. All the running gear for the Genoa is brought up onto the coach roof. So obviously if you went for that option, it's completely clear with the self-tacking jib pre-rigged as well, so you can switch between the two depending on what your preferences are. Another nice feature of the 41 is that the gooseneck is lowered, so you can see the angle of the boom. It's really nice. I'm just standing up, that's at my sort of head height, just around 6 feet, and you can work at the top of the sail without having to step up or jump. It makes life nice and simple. And obviously with the fully battened mainsail, it is single line reefed, so all of the reefing is done from the cockpit as well. So the amount of time that you should need to spend up here is limited, but when you are up here, it is very nice and easy to work at the top of the sail. So walking forwards, more ventilation. So miss the biggest hatch running all the way across, which you'll see how much light that feeds in when we go down below. But ventilation and hatches running all the way forward onto the foredeck. Obviously the redesigned anchor locker, as we've discussed before, so really good design. Drops the full depth of the boat. It's a really deep, really narrow anchor locker. Means anchoring up and down as many times as you want to. Super simple. You don't ever tend to get tangles in the chain. Makes life really nice and simple. Also have on this boat, being the ocean version, the bowsprit with the spinning halyard, so you can run a code sail. What tends to be very, very popular at the moment with our customers who go for the self-tacking jib, which is what this is to have an all-purpose furling Jenica, which you can pre-rig with a UV strip on it. You can pre-rig that before a long trip. Use the self-tacking jib for short tacking or when you're moving around in the Solent or on shorter journeys. And then when you need a little bit more downwind power, you can just unfurl the Jenica, and it's a really nice option if you want just that little bit of extra power. So let's move back down through the boat. Have a quick look in the cockpit, see if there's anything I've missed. Really, really nicely equipped boat. One thing I did miss on this boat as well is it does have the electric halyard winch, which is a really nice option, so no need to crank the halyards up, which is great. You can cross winch from the other side, so everything can be done on there, which is makes life really nice and simple. Obviously lifeline gates on either side as well, so makes getting on and off when you're side two really straightforward. So let's jump down below here, have a look at the interior of this 41. So as I said, she's been in commission, so there are a few bits and pieces still around, still plastic on the sofas, etc. But yeah, beautiful, light, open, airy, spacious boat, and an absolutely huge fridge. Something that's really underrated on this boat is the size of the fridge is absolutely huge. You've got the top access and the side access as well, and it's a very, very practical boat in terms of storage. Everywhere you look within any Dufour of this generation, there is a storage space, so all the way around at eye level. You know, all of these drawers, and then my personal favourite drawer, this is usually just a dead space on most boats, which houses the gas shutter switch. Look at that absolutely huge amount of storage utilised under the cooker, which is great. So your standard gas burner, so 2-burner hob, and then obviously oven, and then that's pretty much it for the galley. Storage all the way around, as I say, and there's a bin tucked away inside the cupboard in there. And this really beautiful feature wall. So this boat has, I've taken one of the covers off, and this is the cream upholstery, which looks absolutely beautiful. Really, really massive amount of light coming in through the hull windows, as I'm sure you'd have heard me talk about in previous videos. Light coming in all the way across. Sun's just about to start heading down, but you still get a really nice amount of light coming in. And then we'll work our way forward into the forward cabin, and this is where you really start to see the effect of the hull chine. So on previous boats this would have had to have tapered and narrowed, but where the hull chine carries forward past the mast, you can carry the beam much further forward, so you get it's hard to really catch it on video, but you get an absolutely huge island bed with walkarounds either side, so that makes making the bed really nice and simple, and getting in and out really nice and simple, which is nice. And obviously inside that packet there you've got all your cockpit cushions and things, so just excuse the mess a little bit. Indirect lighting all the way around with these LEDs, which look really smart, and just everywhere you look there's storage in the forward cabin. Fiddles, cupboards all the way around, and behind me is some hanging storage and some cupboard space, which we'll have a look at. And even down low we've got shoe bins underneath there, so really well thought out boat, and an absolutely vast forward cabin for a 41-foot boat. And then moving around into the ensuite, so this, hard to get it on camera, but you have a really good size separate shower. So there's a screen that comes across to keep the shower nice and dry, but this on a 41-foot boat is absolutely incredible. How they managed to fit this huge space into the forward cabin is just absolutely incredible. Really comfortable. It sort of negates the need to ever have to use onshore facilities again, having your own private ensuite. Why would you traipse up in your flip-flops and your in the freezing cold to go and have a shower when you've got your own private beautiful shower on board? Obviously fully automatic shower drains as well. Great pressure to the showers, they're really comfortable. And having chartered one of these boats myself, I've used it and they are really comfortable boats, and perfect for sort of, you know, being self-sufficient, not ever having to really rely on shore facilities. So, option on this boat as well is electric heads. So these are saltwater flush, so we tend to spec on most boats, but obviously they can be converted to fresh. And then storage behind the mirrors, great size sink and wash area. And then we'll move back down through the boat. So, another quick look at the saloon. So the configuration of this boat is the 2 heads version. So on this side we've opted for a shower room, so you get another really good size shower room for your guests. And then you get another head on this side, which also has a shower should you need it, but mainly for sort of cleaning and things. But to have a full size shower room on the port side is really nice, and it just means that having 3 couples on board is really nice and simple. There's no sort of arguing, and having a proper good size shower in there, which is great. So moving into the aft cabin here, obviously black carbo nautical wheels, which we've spec'd on here. Really beautiful looking things. They are absolutely stunning and give the boat a real sporty look, and they give you a lot of feedback through that rudder design. Obviously the aft cabin themselves, really nice amount of hull glazing again, so you can sit in the bed, look out, have a cup of coffee. One of my favourite things about these Dufours, with these new windows, they are incredible. So a little bit of hanging storage, a little bit of cupboard storage in there, which can be converted to hanging storage should you wish, and then storage all the way across the middle. And then you're in those packets back there, you've got the sails, so the self-tacking jib and the fully battened mainsail, which will be going on over the next couple of weeks. And moving around onto the starboard side, very much identical. Aft cabin, really nice amount of headroom. The lockers haven't encroached on the headroom too much, which is great. Really nice design. Beautiful, spacious aft cabins. Great changing room up here as well. Lots of light coming in, lots of ventilation through the 2 opening hatches. And then obviously a few bits and pieces ready to be put on, all the new lines and bits and pieces ready to go. So let's take a quick look in the engine bay. and this is the Volvo upgraded 60 horsepower engine. So a really nicely powered boat, pushes you comfortably along 6.5, 7 knots. You can push her up to sort of 7.5 if you need to, but we tend to spec always the bigger engine on the boats because the amount of tide we have around here in the Solent, why would you not? Really nice and easy to access as well. Great access around the back of the engine through the aft cabins. All of your daily check items are nice and far forward and easy to get to, so it makes managing the boat on a day-to-day basis really nice and simple. Right, so that is our beautiful Dufour 41 stock boat. Please do get in touch with us if you would like to arrange a viewing, and you can have a choice between seeing our demonstrator boat, which is on the water in Mercury Yacht Harbour, or we can come up to Swanwick and see this one. Full details will be on our website in the link below, so click on there, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. If you could like and subscribe for future tours and further videos of the Dufour range, and we'll hopefully see you again in the next video. Bye bye.